Good morning everyone. As I have already discussed in the last video that we'll be starting the very next chapter of civics, that is Panchayati Raj System chapter 5 of civics. Okay, this is an our syllabus, that is why we'll be discussing about it. Panchayati Raj System. Have you heard or read the story titled Panch Parmeshwar written by Munshi Premchand? If not, let me share with you something about that story. In this story, Algu Chaudhary and Jhumman Sheikh were fast friends who lived in a village. They strongly supported each other in every matter. Once it so happened that Jhumman Sheikh had some land dispute with his Mausi, aunt, okay? Aunt took the matter to the village panchayat to seek justice. Since Algu Chaudhary was the sarpanch at that time, Jhumman was sure that the decision would definitely be given in his favor. After hearing both the sides and consulting other members, Algu Chaudhary, the Sarpanch, ordered Jhumman Sheikh to return Auntie's land and pay her the compensation also. The decision was unexpected for Jhumman. It annoyed him so much that he decided to take revenge. After some time, Algu Chaudhary got involved in a dispute with someone in the village. The matter was taken to the panchayat again. By chance, Jhumman Sheikh was acting as sarpanch this time. He thought it to be a golden opportunity to take revenge. On the final day, after hearing both parties, the sarpanch had to take a decision. As a sarpanch, Jhumman rose above his self-enmity and gave an impartial decision which was in favor of Algu Chaudhary. So in olden days, the decision of the panchayat was considered to be the supreme and could not be challenged. The system continues even today, isn't it? The Panchayati Raj is a system of self-government in rural areas. Okay, let us move to the chapter. What we are going, the topics which we are going to cover in this module. Let us have a look on the topics. Introduction to Panchayati Raj, structure of the Panchayati Raj, panchayats, the village level, Gram Panchayat, Gram Sabha, and the composition, function as well as sources of income of Gram Panchayat, then Nyay Panchayat, after that the block level, okay, its composition, functions and sources of income, the district level, Zilla Parishad, composition, functions, sources of income, and the last topic will be state governments and the Panchayati Raj. Let us start the chapter. So the Panchayati Raj is a system of self-government. Okay, the Panchayati Raj is a system of self-government in rural areas. Okay, rural means village. Okay, aims, what is the aim of the Panchayati Raj? It aims at rural development, okay, of the development of villages by involving the rural community, means it involves the people living in that village, okay, in the villages. It strengthens the foundations of Indian democracy, okay. The Panchayati Raj strengthens the foundations of Indian democracy. The central and The administration of large areas is dealt by the central and state governments, okay? And the rural self-governments work towards development related to agriculture, irrigation, health, education and rural development, okay? And it attends, the rural self-government attends problems such as drinking water supply, electricity, maintenance of roads and sanitation, okay? People also learn to cooperate with each other and tackle their difficulties on their own instead of relying on the state or central government. So let us see the structure of the Panchayati Raj. Okay, it is not possible for the state or the central government to reach each and every single district or village of that particular state, isn't it? So to run the governance smoothly, Panchayati Raj system has been established. Okay, let us see the structure of Panchayati Raj. So this is the picture from the book, okay, of social integrated social science, and the picture was there, okay. So let us discuss the structure of the Panchayati Raj system. The Panchayati Raj system is a three-tier system. Three-tier means there are three levels. As you can see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are three-tier, is a three-tier system. It works at three levels. There is the Gram Panchayat. Okay, the Gram Panchayat at village level, the block samiti at the block level and the Zilla Parishad at the district level. Okay, the Gram Panchayat at village level, block samiti at block level and Zilla Parishad at the district level. Okay, a few panchayats combine to form a block samiti. It is an organization formed to take care of the needs of the whole block. However, there are certain things the block samiti cannot handle by itself. The organization at the apex of the Panchayati Raj system is the Zilla Parishad. The apex body, the supreme body is the Zilla Parishad. Okay, the supreme body of the Panchayati Raj system is the Zilla Parishad. Okay, it helps the block samitis. It helps the block samitis. It consists of the representatives of block samitis of the district and other members who work at district level. Okay, so let us move to the panchayats. In our country, the system of panchayats is very old. The word literally means a group of 5 people. Okay, the word literally means a group of 5 people. From ancient times, it was in a custom in villages to elect a group of 5 elders or panch, meaning 5. Okay, they settled disputes and looked after other problems which arose in the village. Their decision was binding on all. This period functioned well till the Mughal period, but when the British ruled over our country, they appointed their own officials to look after the affairs of the people, and consequently, the institutions of panchayats declined. When we became independent and framed our own constitution, we recognized the importance of this system. Which system? Panchayati Raj system. The government began programs for the development of the country. It was found that the participation of people in these programs at local level was missing. So the system of panchayats was revived by the government. Okay, the system of panchayats was revived. Why? Because there was the absence of the participation of people at local level. What happened then? In 1992, okay, the central government amended the constitution and formulated rules for the Panchayati Raj system. These were to be followed by all the states and the union territories, and these rules became effective from April 1993. Okay, when the central government amended the constitution and formulated laws in 1992, but when these rules became effective in April 1993. Let us have a look on the rules which became effective from 1993. So the very first rule was that the Panchayati Raj system must be a three-tier system. That is, there will be levels: the village level, the block level, and the district level. The block level is also known as the intermediate level, okay, because it is the intermediary. It works as an intermediary or an essential link between the Gram Panchayats and the Zilla Parishad. Okay, we'll be discussing about these things further in the next video. Let us see here. First, the rules. Okay, the first rule, it must be a three-tier system: the village level, the block level, and the district level. And the panchayats at block level may not be constituted in states having a population of less than 20 lakhs. Okay, if a state is having a population less than 20 lakhs, then panchayats will not be constituted there, okay, at the block level. Okay, moving on to the next rule, there should be direct election for all the seats in the panchayat. Okay, none of the members should be indirectly elected. Okay, there should be direct election, like people will choose the representatives. Okay, people will choose the representatives of the country, or sorry, of the panchayats. Okay, the third one, provision for reservation of one-third seats. Okay, one-third seats for women at all levels, including the chairpersons, will be reserved. The fourth one, seats should also be reserved for the scheduled castes as well as the scheduled tribes in proportion to their population in the area. Okay, next, all panchayats must have a tenure of 5 years. Tenure means they will be working for 5 years. The term of the panchayat will be of 5 years. Okay, if for some reason dissolved, what happened? If for some reasons if the panchayat is dissolved, then the elections must be held, okay, within 6 months. It is very necessary to have elections again to establish the panchayat again. The next one, the sixth point is, a member of panchayat should not be less than 21 years of age. So it is mandatory for the member to be 21 years, okay, to attain 21 years of age. And the last one, the state election commission, okay, should hold regular panchayat elections. As we know, the term of the panchayats are 5 years, so every 5 years there will be a regular elections, okay, there will be the direct election through which the members will be elected. Okay, so this is all for today. In the next video, we'll be discussing about the other topics. Till then, have a nice day, stay safe, and do study and work hard. Okay, this is the time you have to utilize it. Okay, so that you will achieve the marks what you desire for. Okay, have a nice day.